So when I'm recording these videos, they run out of time. So I just missed a page to end the last chapter, so I'll quickly read that. So it's just when Harvey's been giving that present, which is the arc from when he was a little kid. How did he know? Harvey murmured. He had intended the question to be heard. Muscless answered. But Mrs. Griffin said, Mr. Hood knows every dream in your head. This is perfect, Harvey said in amazement. Look, my dad ran out of blue paint when he was finishing the elephants, so one of them has blue eyes and the other has green eyes. It's the same. It's exactly the same. Does it please you then? Mrs. Griffin asked. Harvey said it did, but that wasn't entirely the truth. It was eerie to have the arc back in his hands when he knew the real one had been lost, as though time had been turned on its heels, and he was a little kid again. He heard Wendell stamping the snow off his feet at the front door, and was suddenly embarrassed to have such a childish present in his hands. He gathered it up and its wrapping and hurried away upstairs, intending to head back down for some supper. But his bed looked too welcoming to be refused, and his stomach quite full enough for one night. So instead he closed the curtains on this gusty night, and he laid his head down on the pillow. The Christmas bells were ringing in some distant steeple, and their repetition lulled him into sleep. He dreamed that he was standing on the steps of his house, looking through the open door into its warm heart, and the wind caught hold of him, turning him from the threshold and carrying him away into a dreamless sleep. Okay, so for today's task, we're looking at suspending judgment. So suspend judgment about characters and places, and that is because they change throughout a book. And the teaching point is your work for today is to answer this question. What can we learn about characters if we study them over time, delving deeply into their formation, their motivations, and their actions? So if we judge them too early, we may not fully discover them deep enough. So just like in non-fiction argumentative groups that we did a couple of units ago, we don't judge, we get all the information first so we can make a better informed decision. So it's kind of like the same thing here. So a couple of things you need to understand before you fill out the form is what traits does your character have, all the settings. So if we're looking at the character, the traits, are they strong? Are they weak? Are they friendly? Are they lonely? That type of thing. How have they changed through the book? So have they changed at all in what you've read so far? And then how have they changed? What evidence can you use to support your view? So if you say, yeah, they have changed, well, then pick a part of the book which tells us or that you know that it shows that they have changed. How important is this trait to the story? So let's just say they started off weak and they became strong. Why is that important, do you think? So we're going to fill out this page here, and I've pre-filled out some things for you guys to have a look at. Weighing, evaluated, and ranking evidence. So if I look at Wendell, to start with, I thought, well, he seems like kind of like meek and mild, and it seems a bit weak, and that's, he doesn't seem to care much. He's always got that answer, oh, I don't know, or I don't care. So we're not getting a lot from him. So in here I'm giving him a 1 because it's pretty weak kind of trait. Then I thought I'll do the setting as well. So the house seems like a place of happiness. There's food, any food they want. They've got games in there, and they've got dress-ups. So we just had that dress-up room. So I just put, it shows that there is magic in the house because there's a few things in there that just obviously it wouldn't be realistic. But, it seems like a fun place. Now, after reading the last chapter, my thoughts on both Wendell and the house have changed, and so I've written those here. So Wendell, I put, well, he's actually devious and he's kind of tricky. He's almost scary and unnerving. And that's when he played the hangman trick on Harvey. It's like, whoa, I didn't expect him to do that. So to me, that's a stronger trait there. We're seeing something else from his character, which, it adds to the mystery, but, he's definitely changed. And also the house. So when you're first reading, it's like, wow, this place is beautiful. It's so big and endless trees and, nice garden, all that kind of stuff. But the more we are reading about it, how the weather's changing and all that kind of stuff, I've just got, it's mysterious, but it's almost like a prison. So it's kind of scary. I don't know if it's such a happy place. And we had that cat that died. And then we've got the winged creature flying off the roof. So there's a few clues in there that, it's kind of changed. Now, if I kind of went, no, Wendell's a really mellow kid, that's his character. And then when he pulled that trick, it's just kind of like, well, it shows you the change there. But if I... Sorry about that, my son was just kind of yelling out a bit there, so I'm not sure if you heard it or not. But yeah, so Wendell, he's obviously changed. And the house, so if I kind of went, well, the house is, it's really cool, they can eat whatever they want. If I had that attitude throughout the whole book, I'm going to miss out a lot. So you've just got to be mindful that characters change, but also the settings as well. So your focus is to just fill out this page here, and I will kind of maybe leave this in there and post another one in a Seesaw, a blank template for you to fill out. Thanks.